Getting a water connection from National Water and Sewerage Corporation should be easy and obvious, and yet it is not sometimes. What does it require you to get such a connection as an individual, a group, or a business?
With the expansion of towns and city suburbs, utilities like water are much more needed than they have ever been, hard-pressing providers to step up. You do not need a bribe to get a national water connection, but first, you need to visit the National Water Office, get forms, fill them, present proof that you own the premise you want connected to the water, usually a land title. A surveyor shall be given to assess how much pipe you need for your premise. Then that assessment will get you a slip of a bill that you must pay to get connected. The fees will include the pipe and digging the trench to bury the pipe. Once that is done, the ideal time for you to get a connection will be 7 days from the time of application. There might be unscrupulous individuals who may ask for bribes. Make sure you do not pay. Report them using the toll-free numbers of the water services. The time when water connections used to get you some meters of free pipes are gone. You will bear all the costs of such things as pipes at existing market rates.
Very soon, the Uganda Revenue Authority will require that importers of non-bulk cargo clear using the East African Customs Territory. What will this imply to these importers, and what happens if you cannot pay your taxes up front? How shall you go about doing business?
What will happen to small and usually non-bulk importers of goods once the single customs territory encompasses all imports? Let's start with what usually happens today, for instance at the Malaba Customs clearing point.
When you reach the border in Malaba, you have a container. Let's say you have sugar, 1,000 bags. You decide and declare to us that I want to declare these goods in a regime of goods for home consumption, and I'm ready to pay tax. You make the declaration, you pay tax in the bank, then you submit to us, we assess, verify your goods and let you go. If you don't have tax, the law allows you to warehouse goods for 6 months.
So all that is done in Malaba today will eventually be doable in Mombasa.
Essentially what single customs territory is doing is extending Malaba to Mombasa. Get my point? So it is essentially taking the border to Malaba, to the port.
The customs territory should enable you therefore to sort all things in Mombasa and then come straight to your destination.
What it means is that you will execute one bond to see you through the Kenyan territory, Uganda transit territory, and in the warehouse.
If you pay the taxes in advance, that happens in Uganda, and you already tells KRA and the port that you have paid, and with a single transit bond, your goods will be here in at most 5 days or less.
"20-year-old Moha Veli started a business purely based on passion and his love for art." We bring you the story of this young entrepreneur.
Moha Veli's story is proof that talent coupled with passion can be the perfect recipe for a winning business. Having keenly studied the sensations of fellow young people, which also happened to coincide with his passion, he decided to venture into a tattoo parlor.
I love art pretty much. The passion, like, how I came up with the tattoo parlor pretty much was because of the passion for art. That's like, I love art. I paint, draw, digital art. Because actually I'm in school, I'm trying to study to become an animator. So this is more of like not like one of those fast business ventures that you're really close to.
His understanding is that many Ugandans are yet to appreciate mainstream art, explaining why, among others, he ventured into the business, where he feels a number of youngsters and some working youths with some income are willing to spend. But because this is a venture that needs deep understanding and appreciation, the start was not too smooth and was limited by people's perceptions of the business.
Because we usually started by doing house calls mostly, like mobile tattooing before actually opening up a shop. Well, the truth is, Ugandans don't really opened up to the whole idea of doing tattoos. Because honestly, first thing somebody would think if they saw you with a tattoo is maybe you're a gangster, you know, right person. Like even going for a job interview, if they saw you with a tattoo, they would associate you with something bad.
Moha believes that given the astronomical unemployment rates in the country, it's important for youths like him to think outside the box in the pursuit of self-employment. Opening this business at an early age was his way of being innovative, a move he says has already paid off.
Like right now, actually, the more the business grows, the more the clientele kind of adds up. Yeah. When I started out, most of the clientele, or like most people have like traveled out because they know much about tattoos, but like the normal average Joe wouldn't come for a tattoo. But the more, like, out of experience, the more time I've been tattooing, the more new, first-time guys come for tattoos.
Today, he says his business is self-sustaining and growing.
Right now, at the stage where the business is, the capital comes from the business, right now. So I can say it's doing pretty well because I don't have to ask for money from anybody else. Like, the business caters for its bills, yeah, plus I make some money off it.
It's often been said that the worst thing you can do to an artist is to try and steal his credit. This is a saying that Moha understands all too well and has lived.
You know that people out there who actually claim your work is theirs. Like I've had people who copy my stuff. Like somebody shows my work claiming it's theirs, who they've done it, and somebody goes and gets a tattoo from them and it's really bad. And somebody uses your name. So it's not really good.
Moha speaks about the viability of his business and points out that the prices range from 100,000 to millions depending on the size.
And now for the latest in the money market. And that's all we had for you on this week's edition of Money Matters. We're glad you could join us. We look forward to having your company next week. Now, for any queries or comments or questions on the stories that we've aired, do send us a text on 6565. Or better still, get onto our Facebook page, NTV Money Matters. We'll be happy to get back to you. Till next week, bye-bye.